What's up, guys? How you doing? We're about to react to a video from Doug in Exile. The title of the video is DA Fani Willis, Fani Willis, Smackdown. This case is not about her. So stick along to the back end of the video, see what I have to say about it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're new, you know what to react to. We're about to get right to it.
In April, this is where the Happy Patriots are. We've been following the Fani Willis case all along because this is probably one of the more significant, big, bold, overreach court cases against Trump that actually could land him in jail for if they nailed him on election interference. Of course, they're not going to be able to do that. It's not going to go to trial before the election, but it's funny to watch the legal whole thing play out. Let's watch this clip real quick. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the Happy Patriots are.
I think Fani Willis, unfortunately, is forgetting that this case is not about her. It's not even really about Donald Trump. It's about public faith in the justice system.
And how's that public faith looking these days? Anybody out there feel like you have more faith in the justice system? Let me know in the comments below. After Fani Willis case and these all these Trump indictments, do you feel more confident in our justice system or less confident, especially if you're a Republican?
And when a judge orders a prosecutor not to talk about race, not to throw around racial accusations, and then the DA does it anyway, then she's undermining public faith in the integrity of justice. She's actually demonstrating the kind of disregard for the courts that she was when she was testifying.
See, Fani Willis is supposed to be upholding the courts and upholding the justice system, making you feel more confident in it. But the way she behaves in public, he's specifically talking about her going to the church and bringing up race again, which Judge McAfee made clear that he didn't like it, that it looks like she's the boss. She's undermining Judge McAfee and she's not obeying his orders. And of course, she's not going to get a gag order put on her. That's only for Trump.
And the job of the prosecutor ultimately is to make sure that the public has faith in the decisions of the courts and the justice system. And she's undermining that. And that's going to, I think, undermine her ability to carry out this trial. And it's only going to help Donald Trump.
Yeah, they have to remove her, even though I like that she helped Donald Trump with getting all the indictments only made her look bad. The defendants look good, but it does do damage to our legal system. I'd feel terrible about going to court in Fulton County. It looks corrupt. She has to step aside. Sometimes you just do a paint over on it. Removing her would be a good paint over at this point.
First of all, he has First Amendment rights. In fact, I think the judges in New York City have gone way too far with these gag orders, particularly when the person who's subject to them, the defendant, is also running for president. I mean, he's speaking as part of the most important political process that our Constitution and the First Amendment is designed to protect, which is elections and political speech.
Just in case everyone forgot, because I think liberals and the leftists always forget, because I've been an artist my whole life. The founders did not protect free speech so you could paint nudity and be crass and say the F word in public. They protected free speech specifically out of fear of you not being able to have political dissent, meaning if you wanted to question an election, or if you wanted to say that a judge was out of line and persecuting your politics. That's what the free speech number one was for. It was to protect dissent, to keep the government from getting too much power and making the citizen into these tiny guys. Now we just think, oh, free speech is about Mapplethorpe and the crude public art forms. That's not initially what it's there for. It is to specifically protect your free speech. Number one trumps free speech, political dissent.
I think that the courts have to be very careful. In fact, more than careful. They should err on the side of Donald Trump in making sure that he has the First Amendment free speech rights to talk about things, even if it involves criticizing the judge, even if it involves criticizing the decisions for making his case. Put it another way is Donald Trump could say these things in the courtroom. If he could say these things in the courtroom, how can a judge try to prevent him from saying them outside the courtroom?
Katie?
The more he disagrees with the government, the more they should protect it. That is, your free speech rights are measured by how well the leadership or your ruling class or your judge is protecting what they disagree with. You don't need free speech rights for stuff everyone agrees with. You need it for dissent.
John, just a quick reaction from you on this. The Manhattan DA office has filed a memorandum in support of their March 28th letter seeking clarification on the gag order. They write about the defendant's dangerous, violent, and reprehensible rhetoric fundamentally threatening the integrity of the proceedings and is intended to intimidate witnesses and trial participants alike, including this court.
So this is obviously false, but this is one of the things that Democrats and leftists do, is they say your speech puts me in danger. Your speech is an active threat. No one's actively going after Judge Merchan. I mean, you always have lunatics doing death threats on both Trump and Obama and Biden. And it goes all the way back to George Bush. I mean, people threaten Supreme Court justices, right and left. But that's not what Trump is doing here. And so they have to put some kind of meat on these bones, the Democrats do, to make their case, to keep him quiet. But we all know what they probably really want to prevent is Trump talking about the association of Judge Merchan's daughter with Democrat operatives and fundraising. They want to look like, just like Fani Willis said, this is about racism. They want to look like your dissent is actually racism and you're harming me. They hide behind that all the time. And of course, no one has that agenda. Trump legit should be able to speak against this stuff in public and even say that he thinks that the system is corrupt. He's being targeted. It's being done for political reasons. That's all fine.
The only ground that this court could have for restricting Donald Trump's speech is that it actually threatens that there's an imminent threat of obstruction of justice. Now, you can't just as a prosecutor throw that red flag out there. You have to have some proof. There has to be evidence, I think, that Donald Trump's statements actually are interfering with the ability of the court to carry out this trial.
And there is none. There's because the court, the things are going to trial. So Trump's free speech is not threatening or intimidating or stopping this stuff from going forward. So they're just on those grounds alone. John, you here, the former Deputy Assistant Attorney General, makes a great point. There's no real threat.
You can't just accept the prosecution's word for it. We have to see evidence. We have to see examples, and they have to be real. They can't just be crazy people writing things on the internet.
And that's what we have are Democrats claiming threat, crying wolf, trying to use it to get a political advantage against Trump and get him beaten at the ballot box or have all these court cases come out before the election. That's their only agenda that I see. Do you see a different agenda? Or are they not just trying to affect, influence voters before the election? Otherwise, let it go to trial after the election. But they all know Trump's going to win. I'm Doug in exile.
Wow, guys, a really, really good video. Good journalism from Doug, as always. With that being said, I'm worried about our due process. Every amendment has been getting violated the whole entire time. With the Letitia James case, Bonnie Willis case, I have zero faith in our justice system. Like, it's getting really bad. And let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. Please like the video. Don't forget to share it and subscribe. We're out of here. Pretty quick video.